This is Slingshot Disc Golf. Today I'm going to tell you how to increase your arm speed and your spin rate without letting your form turn into a trash can. Let's get into it. Okay, so I got Tanner Young on the screen here. If you are new to my channel, Tanner is my student from the University of Cincinnati who won the 2023 Disc Golf World Championships, College World Championships. And he's a slingshot dude, a slingshot student. We've been working together for years now. I've seen his form come a long way. I've seen his distance come a long way. And he's been doing my drills for years. And today is a cool day because he just hit 1,600 on the tech disc. All right, 73 miles per hour, 1,600. Now, I am not a big tech disc guy at all. In fact, I don't think it's a good way to learn form. I think you should go out and learn to throw far and then use a tech disc later. But that being said, that's pretty impressive spin rate. Now, these numbers are just a measure of athleticism. That's how I feel about everybody's numbers. But it's still pretty awesome, and it is an increase from what he was doing before. So we're going to get into what he did differently, because he did do something differently to get to 1,600 spin, and we're going to show his before and after and talk about a few things. I got McBeast on the screen here. I got Tanner's form from a few months ago, and let's just get rolling. All right, we'll bring up the Beast later. We're going to start with the off arm because that's the main thing that we've been focusing on, and he says that's the main thing that contributed to the tech disc numbers. So looking back a few months ago, just focusing on the back shoulder and that kind of sailboat, really pulling that shoulder back. All right, magic position, magic position. You can see that not only is his off arm in more, but his shoulder's not as far flared back. Over here, obviously there's a big difference right there. But when you start looking at it frame by frame, you can see how his arm starts to pull forward and his left shoulder, left arm are still just hanging back. Here, his arm goes down, right? He's just more compressed over here. He's creating a stretch through his back, the same stretch that Paul McBeth and Drew Gibson create, that just gives you more effortless juice. The off arm coming in sooner is also helping him rotate his core more. You can just feel the activity with this off arm. Over here, it's slack. It's just hanging there. It's sort of holding him back. It's just playing that sailboat roll. It's not pulling on the left back, right? That left kind of trap area that creates that extra stretch reflex that Paul McBeth gets. Not only is the off arm holding him back here, it's not working for him. Here, it's working for him. The point that I'm trying to get to right now in terms of, for those of you who are watching this video, is the off arm, it can help you rotate more explosively. It can help you engage your core more explosively, more powerfully, but it adds an element of effortlessness that is created with the stretch reflex through the back, the left back in particular, if you time it right. We live in a world of disc golf instruction where 99% of the coaches, in fact, pretty much everyone but me, let's be real here, is not only telling you to not use the off arm, they're not having you use it to help you. The off arm being held back, it's working against you. What Paul McBeth is doing is getting his off arm to work for you. So you should think about it in your own form. Like, do you want to learn to use your off arm to help things get better? Because I promise you, everyone who doesn't use it, if they were to use it, they would get it a little bit better. I don't care if they're throwing 900 miles per hour, they would get a little bit better. I would just take the mindset of like, let's get that off arm involved. Let's talk about the shoulder real quick, because I teach core coiling. You coil with your core into your hip, into your left leg, and you don't turn your shoulders. Your shoulders will turn for you. That's very much based on what I learned from copying Paul McBeth. Like, we get to this full extension position here, and this is Paul McBeth throwing 5.55, right? This is a full power drive that, I don't know, it was clearly accurate. He birdied the hole. So this is a full power drive for Paul, right? And when we look at Tanner, I love where his shoulder's at. I love where his off arm's at. But you can even tell that his left shoulder's a little more back than Paul's, right? And then when we come through, there's more compression here. That shoulder's a little further up, right? That back is a little more compressed. That off arm is timed up just a little bit better. Although Tanner's, I'm loving where it's at, and it's just getting so close. In fact, I'm told if he's satisfied with that, I'm satisfied with that, to be completely honest. He's not the kind that gets satisfied. Let's just say that. And that's probably why he's won tournaments. He's 1,000 rated now. Obviously, that's his putting. So I'm not taking credit for him being 1,000 rated. But ultimately, he's just got that kind of that attitude of, I want to optimize everything. Like, that is the mentality. Don't settle at all. If you are an aspiring pro or you are a current pro and you can't seem to figure out backhand no matter who's around you, you got Paul McBeth right over here, he's not helping you. You got Ricky Wysocki over here, he's not helping you. Get a hold of me. DM me on Instagram, message me, email me. I can help you get to another level, because this is about winning. In fact, let's talk about winning. Let's talk about the pro position, because I'm going to call it the winning position today. So right here, you got this L shape, right? The pro position. I know a lot of you have heard me say it over and over again. This is looking so good. Look at that. Gosh, that pumps me up. Tanner's looking good. Let's talk about how you can create torque with ground force to achieve those arm speeds and spin rates in a way that doesn't throw your form out of whack, like so that you don't have bad form. You have to have this L shape to optimize, right? That's the winning position. The best players, the players who win, get in that position. Gannon gets in that position, gets that leg to drive down into that L shape. This is how you actually use ground force. The front leg technique, where you don't use your back leg, you don't actually get any ground force. You don't get any rotational ground force. All you could do is press the weight down and jump straight up. You're creating ground force if you were to go dunk a basketball, but that doesn't translate. So if you're not creating ground force and rotational torque with the back leg, then you're just rotating with your upper body. You're just throwing with your arm and your shoulders and your upper body. And if you are using your core, you're not getting any back leg leverage to use your core harder, more physical, stronger. So if your back leg is straight and you're hitting really good numbers on the tech disc, you're throwing really far. There's more. There's more. I don't care how far you throw. Not only is there more, but you're definitely going to hit the same speeds, the same distances, but you're going to have effortlessness. You're going to take the effort off of the arm and put it into the full body. You're going to have leverage. You're going to have, it's just going to be better. You're going to be better on hole 18. You're going to be less tired. That's one of my theories about Paul McBeth, Gannon as well. These guys aren't tired at the end of the round. The purpose of this video is for you to reset your thinking to not only arm speed and spin rate, but good form as well. Effortlessness. Does it look right? Is it coming together in a way that feels really good? Because I promise you this, everybody who's got a straight back leg, no matter how fast they're throwing, when they lay their head down at night, they're not satisfied with their own form. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I would put every dime on it. Slingshots for everybody.